TV the agenda and when you go so ya wash and anything no say I'm doing can Mussah Dankwah, who is the executive director of Global Info Analytics, Abeka Mensa Ewohan. We are free in conversation as already looking at some of the things that in the national tracking pool no share, but we will get into the fine details and for you to me. First of all, a ban Ghana Mampeni John Dramani Mahama approval rating at the same a ban economy, so how he's handling it. Nipa sen edi to me say or handle ni nipa sen so one ni enya adwen specifically who am kra ni adwen say or handle economy no so let me come back to him. So where are we starting from in the first place?
We'll start from the demography.
Okay.
Omo no din kita hono e ma in the womo.
Okay.
The age profile and omo level of education and almost okay. So those things are also very important because in the end some of them will determine how people vote.
So your babema or some men women all that need editing. Okay. Yes. Let's have the first slide and then let's look at how it goes.
Young core all the way to the charts.
Okay. Into way just the summary.
Summary, yes.
Okay.
Okay. You know some few comments.
Okay.
We will say you were about 3 or 4 columns. Survey na be online.
Okay.
Online nipa by 1092. And I'm respond to the survey no.
1092. Okay.
And I was and I free even so telephone so telephone.
Okay.
A free nipa 1457 or telephones.
Okay.
And I nipa 7944 there. Face to face.
Yes,
84 constituencies.
Okay.
In total, no, in 10,493.
Okay.
And I didn't get this time around.
Okay, I see. That is okay. Probability random online sampling,
and which means a share or you know abon kobo yam fese way why asana debi.
Okay.
Random sampling.
Okay. All right. And let's move on to the next one now. All right. Demographic.
Next one. Demography. Okay, and my nominating kita 42%.
Okay.
Sample. And Mema 58%.
58%. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, next.
Next one.
Okay, next. 18 to 24, 11%.
Okay.
25 to 34, 32%. 35 to 44, 37%.
Okay.
45 to
54,
15%. 55 to 64, 4%. 65 plus 1%. Until we can younger ones no come up from 18 to 44. Almost nearly, I think, almost 80%.
So these two will give us 69.
80%.
80%.
Actually, I say 80% of this country only below 44 years.
Okay.
The question is, would their age determine how they vote in the future?
Interesting. All right. Let's move on. So,
and now almost school level of education.
Okay.
18% almost junior high qualification. 40% senior high qualification.
Okay.
31%
Tertiary.
And 11% only formal qualification.
Okay.
We actually say do born one school.
One kokra and at least oko SHS.
One kokra junior high school.
Okay.
One ko and level be 11%.
Okay. All right. So next one, and so still the demographics now.
Yes, next one.
Okay.
Employed. 62%. More juma. We self-employed, abayan juma, private and everybody.
Juma in general. Okay.
But 26 unemployed.
Okay.
It's very high. Students 11%. Pensioners
1%. Okay. All right. Into next one.
A Christian for 65%.
Okay.
Muslim for 23%. Traditional religion for 4%.
Okay.
Other religions
3%.
No religion so 5%.
Okay. So we move on to the next one. And then we see.
We share Jehovah's Witness for 1%.
Okay.
SD 3%. Others 6%. Anglican 6%. Charismatic churches 14%. Presbyterians 16%. Methodists 17%.
Okay.
Pentecostal
18%.
18%. And Catholics 20%. On the sample line.
Into Christians and almost and in white chim knock it.
Yes.
Now let's
Oba Muslims who are Shia for 9%.
Okay.
Ahmadiyya 10%. Others 11%.
11%.
Tijaniya 13%. And the Sunnis 57%.
57%. Okay. All right. So we move on to the next one, and then we'll see.
Yes. Oshe ethnic groups now. Group 4 1%. Mande 1%. Gruma 2%. Grusi 3%. Guans 7%. Others Kinkitino 9%.
9%.
Gan Dangbe 9%. Moli Dagbani 11%. Evers 12%. And I count for
46%. Okay.
The largest block.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, over party affiliation, I think say a sweet crack. But NDC for currently, who share the back 100, they move 44. That's why NDC.
Identify somewhere
NDC for 44. MPP 30%. Who share the 100, they move 30.
30
MPP for 15% floating voters.
Okay.
Or Koha no Koha. And 8% Oman party nature.
Okay. Not disclosed.
Not disclosed. And 3% other parties. No. If you are MP before, only 32% April. It's what about
30. So that's a decline of 2%.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Now governance and performance. Okay. We share a mambo any
abiding body. Okay.
Okay. How you started with the direction of the country. If you say, "Oh my no and net," oh shit, you may cause nina. Oh, GDA say, "Baby, oh my now no, right direction." And I say wrong direction. Acquire now no, that's what true. And
I say
yeah. 70% say acquire now numbers one.
Okay.
Feed the year. The month or April no, now that number 62%. Across by 8%.
So from April to June, Apija Kosro by 8%.
By 8%.
Okay.
So among for GD no, Kosro within that period.
Okay.
Oma must say wrong direction. Now 26, I swati about 20%.
Okay.
Oma must say only opinion. Now 12, I feel 10. To me, utu say. Amount for GDA no cost. So omo sure no. I feel omo sure omo Africa. Ako right direction. Omo say wrong no. So at be
6%.
Ako can we.
Nti sa 6 plus 2 na wa na abeka we hu had my 18. Okay.
Absolutely.
I see.
Absolutely.
But one was to say from April to June no, then SSA amount for Adrian SSA.
Obekaya between May, in fact, April, May, June, and a seed in a holding as original.
Okay.
Currency chart no, CD was really rising.
Yeah.
In the same period, no, and a petrol price started bar form. And a Nima boy started bar form. And a almost transport. So when you know a feed, my amount for a change the way I'm feeling about.
I see. That's very true. Okay, next one so now
across every region, blue near right direction. Sorry, green
near right direction. Okay,
and a blue air wrong direction. Baby blue no air kitting. It means green no air dominant. Oh, baby say
the country is in the right direction. Okay,
except Ashanti and I'm say Muache Akra.
Okay,
I'm say wrong no. And also I'm say 47%.
Okay,
wrong and a 40 right direction. So Ashanti will pay and I'm say there be Antissa.
Okay, into Western North. Western region, voter region, and all that.
Obia. Even North-East, Dr.
Baumia Krum. 92% of them believe that the country is in the right direction. Interesting.
Eastern region.
66%. Okay, so Ashanti region, then 40% normally say the country is in the right direction, but 47 believe that the country is in the wrong direction. Okay, all right. Into subsequent ones, next ones.
Yanko. We the party affiliation. MP before almost say right direction. 43%.
Okay.
Wrong direction. 45%. So, a very small difference.
MP before Ankasa.
Yes. 45 say wrong direction.
Okay.
43 say right direction. statistically, we a tie. It means the margin of error can be plus or minus.
Yes.
Within MPP, no, there is. Yes. The NDC for almost see right direction 90%. Floating for 69%.
Okay.
Other parties 53%. Not disclosed 64%. So 64%. Everybody except MPP.
And even that one can see say
very very close. So you can see say there is consensus say
Omaino is headed in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay. Yanko enim.
We Oman Penny and Kasa anybody the same.
Okay.
Approval rating the president. It be almost say 73% say Obono Homode so many.
Okay.
Na Juma Wena so many. 19% say and so many. And 8% say Omuni are doing fact question Bissau.
Okay.
Into share majority of them, 73% say is doing well.
Right. Is it something Abeka said or the compare previous president the first 6 months approval rating etc.
Unfortunately, there's no record.
Okay.
In polling terms. Say Sibia Kufoba no the first 6 months.
6 months.
Now it is saying.
Okay.
We haven't kept any record of any polling. If I stand to be corrected. But so far, Yama consistent polling from 2022. You probably say late after 2020. But we came into in 2020, 2019.
2019, okay.
But after elections, no, Yanye 2021.
Start tracking poll.
It started tracking poll January 2022.
Okay.
So from that point, no, we have the numbers.
But from that time, no, approval rating for
President Nanado has never been above 36%.
Okay.
For the last 4 years, I hear polling.
Okay.
No.
Was it declining at some point? At some point, but just
it was hovering between 35 and 32% in 4 years.
I see. Okay. For the first 6 months, approval rating of John Mahama is 73%.
Absolutely.
Those who disapprove of him, 19%, and then Omomuni opinion be 8%.
Yes.
Okay.
You can compare this one to April. Which me say approval
Ecosro.
Disapproval Ecofo. This data way any direction of the country no and move in the same way.
Okay.
So man for say Nkoya, the president will fall.
At the end on no boom
Exactly.
Okay. Yanko enim.
So we there no exception. Every single region said John Mahama Bono Homodi. Every region, including
Ashanti region.
Yes.
Every region is Obon Homodi. But the first one, the Ashanti region,
very small. And no any or mining
okay.
But we there, Oman Penny as a person, no, the body both the same. Everybody.
I asked this question because you said the direction of the country
moves the same direction
with the president. So if the Ashanti region believes
not in the same proportion.
Okay. There's some small way.
But Ecofoma, we should Ecofom. But you can see say Ahano Mahama is doing better than the country's direction. Ufia wrong direction right 70%.
Yes.
But Mahama approval is 73%. So Mahama was riding higher than the approval rate. And that is why
then I reflect to Ahano.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. I get it. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's look at the next one.
Among MPP, 11% say Omuni opinion. But 46% say they disapprove.
Disapprove, okay.
43 say approve. So almost 3% difference between them. NDC for 94% approve. We are floating voters 75%. Other parties 57%. Not disclosed 70%.
And floating other parties and not non-disclosed. I'm sure we'll come back to it, especially when we get to maybe 2 million or 1 quarter, but I'm sure they will fall in this category.
Yeah, we'll explain that, yes.
Okay, all right. And
it's time beside the government as a body, no, on what they both say, government performance.
Okay.
18% say Abayan and Kasano, they perform excellent.
Okay.
61% say very good or good.
Okay.
Average 10%. Very poor or poor. 11%.
11%.
Very poor or very poor, 15. And declining to 11%.
Okay.
This shows that the government is no longer unpopular compared to last April. It means they are getting popular. So, move every
About 4% of people believe this is here.
Yes.
Amane airborne. Okay.
So you can see say I move across 61% no.
Okay. But my excellent animal because
in April,
yes.
It means the first 3 months no, they seem to be doing very excellent.
Okay.
But I feel that at least
because we are okay. But in terms of very good,
yes,
61%
of
movie.
Who adding 61 to 18 now? Ubenya 79 in terms of Omama say or yard.
Okay.
But who added 21 to 55? So Ubenya 76. So overall no, Oma Kosoro even though excellent fell, but very good and good and Kosoro a lot more. So they are still doing very well.
Okay, it's just the fact that Omo and Omo believe some way excellent. About 3% now the Omo movie be Omo made the hand Omo baby. Average. Okay.
One call average. And now they can a call.
Very good.
How much you score? No, very good or good, not excellent.
Okay, very well. Yeah, young next one. And standard of living.
It be some say must nemu and ne at the same compared to a year ago. Mama say I improve now it is 59%.
Okay. As compared to April.
April 51. So cost 8%.
Okay.
West, our West in 14. Swati about 12%. Mama say exercise. So from 35 to 25%.
From 30 to 25%.
And no opinion. Not 6. At about 4. So people have become Oma say yes, and they've gone to 59. Okay, can't improve no.
Okay, I see. Subsequent ones.
Party affiliation. Party Ben will say I was. If you MP before, 31% say I improve.
Okay.
25 say I was. 39 say NCSI. 5 say they have no opinion. Over NDC for 81 say I improve.
Okay.
5% say I was. 12 say exercise, another 2 say they have no opinion. Over floating voters, 54 say I improve. 9 say I was. 33 say exercise. 4 no opinion. Over other parties, 34 say I improve. 9 say on change. I was. 43 say exercise. And 15% say no opinion. Not disclosed for also. 53 say I improve. 9 say iOS 29 says
in change here.
So you can see say broadly say improve
but what to me make a strong argument based on these three because I had one who says be politically
be a partisan.
Yes,
exactly. But when who say floating for money
the floating for no 54% of them believe say standard of living and I say
yes.
Okay, and then other parties
only 3%. Almost no. But view but we need about 8%. The numbers are quite significant. So when you view anyway, tends to give you a bit more objective. But we mostly NDC before.
Okay, all right, I get it. Okay, but MPP had 31% believe that in your system.
So the way you see it, in the same. More people in MPP are saying say I improve than saying say
iOS.
Yes.
But there are more people who also believe say exercise the eternity. Yes. Okay, that's 39%. Okay, now let's move on.
We improvement. What did they say in the next 1 year? And then who can see as now a better improve more and I say.
So next year, July 7 by this time,
Na nema akobeta ba one. 72% say yes.
Okay.
Omo say a bit improve. 72%. That is quite high. 16% say no. Omo sure.
Okay.
Omo say better. No opinion 11%. So quite big number of people say.
What gives these people that assurance?
When you say in the next 6 months, price of goods and services ever form. When who says signal stabilize it.
Okay.
When we say fuel price and yet see that first in the economy. So what the way now boom and the economy seems to be doing well. If you put this together, it means say next year Emma next year.
Okay.
So Emma next year, it means say that's it and west.
I see. Okay. Yanko.
We are party for. Okay. Almost say yes. 48% MP before.
Okay.
Almost say MP before 48% say omo say ebekuyi. 36 say omo say
ebekuyi. Next year by this time no omo hwe. Okay.
And 17 say omo opinion.
Okay.
Hwe NDC for 91 say ebeyi. 5 say NC 5 say they have no opinion.
Okay.
Roughly. Over floating voters are 72 say omo say ebeyi.
By next year still na economy be okay.
Yes. But if you be for the other party 5-2.
Okay.
Majority.
Other parties.
Okay. Not disclose also majority. So mostly almost everybody.
The broader consensus say by next year be okay. I see. Okay. Then there's a GDA or economy ni mu and GDA and so leadership.
Absolutely.
All right. Yanko enim.
We question bisa say in the next 6 months. Wo GDA say enema bo beko form ana.
Okay.
6 months business. So by December.
By December.
55% say yes. No, beko soro 19%. NC 16%.
Okay.
9% not sure. So majority of Ghanaian voters will GDA say by December the more price beko form.
I see. But even those 16% almost say unchanged, they believe that it will remain where it is now. Yes. Okay. All right. Yanko next one.
We party affiliation. I think things say we should spend more time
on
but
this.
But almost say beko form majority from every group say beko form.
Okay. 38, 68, 52, 38, 49. Okay.
And that number is higher than any of them blocks.
Unchanged in 24, 9, 20, 27, 19. So largely, it's bigger.
Yes.
Almost say from the okay.
Aside beside say energy levy now on the buy.
1 CD no.
1 CD.
On 1 meter
say abayne say jam na me yen kan abayne say. What they ba because e can be that wa or say yetua. Okay.
So
ye ntua ka no a wan hwa na dum na sambo.
Aba.
Nti ye ka kire amanfo say na abayne kan o. O fo aso say tax no ye ntua. Ana on fo aso. O ma say almost fo aso no 55%.
55% of Ghanaians F
Yes. 22% say there be omuntia.
Okay.
They don't support it. And 22% say omu neutral. They are indifferent as whether they should pay or not to pay. So largely, a man for say omu support. You see, but for the reason say, ekwa kutuya Canada hono. And you say ye ama abanya kodi.
That was going to be my question.
Yes, it's a condition.
We are just coming from time e-levy and other taxes. Ghana for no Bansana way there. 55% of Ghanaians say ombutia.
You see, Abani Katam said this is and Ube Kaya. Time I saving there was dum so kakaka.
Yeah.
Into Ohe dum sanwa Ohe 1 cedi noa, which is more expensive.
Okay.
And also sometimes so Phyllis say he's not paying excessively on fuel price at a buffer, right?
Okay.
Nima asked bless kakra. Until there's a bit of spare cash.
He wants to be a kwakutia.
But nanka nima bo anko form. Fuel price anko form. See the annual stable we almost pamba.
I say can come into.
No munjum. Aban kan come from Oslo. It's because we feel say my baby. The way bar amount for and resist too much.
Full bonatia but for me because a boom for 1 cedi bra. And this goes to confirm that. Okay.
Yes.
I see. Now omo neutral so is it the case is say omo someone tiase?
No, clear. If you have been from home. There are people who are indifferent.
Okay.
Which we have a bar fine and ma fine. They are there.
Okay.
So those are the people who were saying neutral.
Okay.
By party affiliation, majority of MPP supporters, 39% support the levy.
Inti me share. Omo oppose. Omo mu neutral.
39.
Even
38.
within NPP,
within NPP, yes.
Majority of them
by 1%.
By 1%.
Almost say yeah, Ombetia.
So 38% in almost Omuntia. And then 23 neutral. And then NDC.
76.
I want my idea back.
76% say almost support too.
Okay.
Neutral 14%. And 10% oppose.
Okay.
But floating voters are 48 support, 34 neutral, oppose 18%. So position is very, very weak. Other parties 39 some Ombetia, 30 say neutral, 31 say Omo oppose. So majority of them will pay.
Okay.
Omo here undisclosed. Omo them both 31 say Ombetia, 36 neutral, 33 Omuntia.
Okay. What no more the undisclosed for the
slightly majority say Omuntia. Omo support.
Okay. I see.
And Ibisa Mahama's handling of the Ibisa said there's a debate. Said dear Nema ye him to say no and then Mahama policies be and how policies and a bear fruit these days. In Ibisa said dear question Omo doing one a wine modern and Eddie sa review by Nanado Ana Mahama Ana Omunim 62% say Mahama policies and Eddie Nema Yehunu Abba 23 say there be Nanado policies.
Nanado sure the go. Okay.
15% say Omunya sure. So by majority among for say the Mahama effort in policies and Ama Ahotono Abba. Okay. Case settled. We any technical question. We are simple among for arguing. Abia in evidence, no, this may not be the case. But among the people, no, this is how they feel.
Okay. Was we've had that argument. They said
yes.
I buy fufro we no buy policy ban or the bar into to me assign your maso. It is the old government and I said the period government in the buy.
Absolutely.
Okay. Into the party affiliation next one and so now for those within the various political parties.
MPP for 40% say Mahama policies.
Okay.
40 Nanado in what you pay.
20 within NPP.
Within NPP.
40 believes John Mahama in changes number. 40 so say Enya or Nanado. And then 20%
say Omunya sure.
Omunya sure.
Uba end this year 80% say Mahama.
Okay.
14 say Nanado. You're floating for no. They be my objective.
Okay.
59 say Mahama. 18 say Nanado. Other parties 46 say Mahama. 17 Nanado. Not disclosed 53 Mahama. 16% Nanado. So unanimously across except MB for Mwache.
Okay. And the next one assessment of Mahama's performance in key areas. Okay.
We share broadly near Mabua amount for Bisa Hunsem. And yes, sometimes you quiet, you say, Nema amount for a camp, then they call Akobisa because I know help my 18 Nemasi. They will share economy. If someone say, do you approve or disapprove the way John Mahama is handling the economy? 74% say yes, they approve of the way he's managing the economy.
Okay.
18% say no, don't approve. And 8% say they have no opinions. We are undisputed, 74%.
Okay.
Because they relate what is happening now in the economy to the man in charge.
In charge, okay. I see. So the first key area, I'm going to share the economy.
Economy.
Now let's look at the next key area, so I'm focusing on. Okay, yeah. So I think that is job creation. So let's move on to the next one.
Job creation.
Job creation. Okay. So what? Okay, we have it.
About job creation, if someone say, do you approve or disapprove the way John Mahama is handling job creation?
Okay.
Not say what they banaba.
Okay.
But his effort in creating jobs. No, do you approve it or not? 67% say they approve the way he's handling job creation.
Okay.
22 said they disapprove. 11 have no opinion.
But even though the question is not the number of jobs or there, but how he's creating, did they come up say when specifically and when he gives them that assurance, say job creation,
no,
he's done it.
We don't ask them why are you saying this.
Okay.
The question of why But I think before the survey, almost launch some programs be.
Okay.
youth coders, those were the efforts. As to whether they have created jobs at the moment, that is not the question we are asking.
Okay. And I'm sure subsequently we'll be looking at subsequent one. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one, which is
Galamsey.
Galamsey.
Do you approve
a Tony issue?
Do you approve his handling of Galamsey? Say they will say handle Galamsey, no. So many and so many.
Okay.
65% say so many.
So many.
24% say and so many. 11 say they have no opinion. So the way the task force no oppositive war and the normal chairman for they see it and they see maybe how that effort may be leading to reduction in the Galamsey from at least the reserve forest reserves. No. So that is what they are scoring. And you say Bia was succeeding in fighting Galamsey. No, it is his effort. The effort is making in fighting Galamsey.
Okay, but the question is, sir, 65% of people who believe you say he's doing well in fighting the Galamsey minute. Are there people from the Galamsey areas and I say
where Ghana for?
Okay,
Ghana for mine. This is Ghanaian mines. So you can disaggregate this into mining regions to see where the views are. I haven't done that yet, but we can do that. You can see the view from the mining area. But normally, the mining area will have a lower issues every day. So they tend to rate it a bit lower than the general voters. Yes.
Okay. Next one. Okay.
We see the scorecard. What could school? We 8 subjects.
Okay.
And Makoya exam. And them say you mark you. Say your mama 8 subjects are. How does he score on these areas?
Stabilizing the city, managing the economy, arrest, prosecution, and retrieval of stolen monies. That's oral. Stabilizing prices of goods and services. Stabilizing prices of utilities such as water and electricity. Fighting Galamsey, resolving Doomsaw, creating jobs. Into 8 thematic areas. Okay.
You see, 1 being the lowest score and 10 being the highest.
The highest, okay.
On each of these areas, thematic areas, how do you score him?
Okay.
1, 2. So people were giving various marks. If you say, one. If you say, maybe 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, depending on what they think is doing. The lowest marks are 5.6 out of 10.
Okay.
On job creation.
All right. So good. The question is, I say, Oba no create jobs, but initially they almost say they see effort. Okay.
But when the actual job creation score 5.6.
5.6.
Because resolving Doomsaw, 5.8
yes.
out of 10.
They admit that is why they've also introduced the 1 CD so that in itself is also an admission. So they've not resolved that. Okay.
Fighting Galamsey 6.0 out of 10. Stabilizing utilities prices such as water and electricity 6.0. Price of goods and services 6.5. Oral 6.6. Managing economy 6.6. City stabilization 7.0.
Okay.
You can see the highest performance among these all in I1 CD.
The CD,
and that shows.
Yes. And I think in the past months, because every morning, the first thing you check is and then so I say performance and I say Sydney appreciate.
There's something you call internal consistency. Nanka Sydney ewo it be a 4th and a FIFA. Then you begin to ask and twice because generally Obia Philly said the city has done so well.
Yeah.
So city must be on top of the score. That's why it is there. Followed by what? Economy.
Because city economy it has that sort of effect on that.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Now let's move on.
Corruption and corruption fight. We share corruption fight. If you say corruption, a possible and I improve.
Okay.
Improve 60% now. Now 56 April. Possible. Amount for GDA in the fight against corruption is going up.
Okay.
Getting worse. Swati by 1% from 14 to 13%.
Okay.
The same as Swati 23 to 20%. No opinion exercise. So those move from getting worse and the same and the whole adding on.
So So improvement kakra bemu like 4%, you know. Is it as a result of ABR so far? Attorney General cases are
absolutely. Brief amount for no. He is keeping them informed of what they are doing in fighting corruption. So I think that is what is yielding this kind of score, performance score.
Okay. But almost in your opinion, so something might have accounted for that.
Who actually be answer? In their view, no, they want to wait and see. Say there will be special effort in really grabbing people and putting them to whatever it is trial.
Okay, all right.
And then Bissau said, do you believe the government is doing enough in fighting corruption?
Okay.
Now it is 63%.
3% increase from April.
No, I dropped to 23%.
Okay, 3% decrease.
No opinion for the same.
Still nah.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So
it reflects
people,
the previous one.
They say the government is doing enough now to fight corruption.
Okay, and they are electable most corrupt public institutions.
Yes. Because you be someone say, oh, I buy institutions better, and I say public institutions better the most corrupt or least corrupt. We will do it every 90 days.
Okay.
So we are police in here keep track on these numbers. See they will say perform more. If they never be our best amount for better score. But for now, no scores in the year.
Okay.
On top of the chart, Ghana Police Service, 6.32.
Okay.
Ghana Immigration, 5.45. And Judiciary, third. EC, fourth. GRA, fifth. Business executives, local government agents or assemblymen, traditional leaders, the prison service, the Parliament of Ghana.
Interesting.
Yes, religious leaders, the military, the presidency, and ministers and government appointees.
Okay.
The difference is that the military used to be the last, the least perceived corrupt institutions. I feel they've been overtaken by the presidency and the government appointees.
Okay.
So far, among 490 in the corruption
scandal, so
the government and the presidency they are enjoying a good performance here. In the past, number 2.
Presidency and then ministers, government officials. Okay. So can we say it is early days in TR?
You see, people's view about corruption.
Okay.
Do you believe the government is doing enough in fighting corruption? Yes, of course. Who is the government? Is the presidency and the
government officials.
Yes.
But in the question is ABR one will say I have been for a cases in the
exactly. So if they maintain no case, it will continue like that.
Okay. Perception.
Yes, it's about perception. Nobody can say or describe a presidency. Who say or chair by presidency. You don't see them, but they hear things.
Yeah.
When it comes to police, they who say one see the but some of these things the news feed and things that are being reported. And it created that impression.
Okay.
Over the next slide. This was the score in April.
Okay.
Score in the year for July. Every public institution almost score no perform.
Okay. The police they corrupt
no. So it means if this continues overall you see reduction in corruption. Perception. Yes.
Perception. Okay. Yes. And the Ghana Immigration Service as at April no more 5.86.
Yes.
Is here 5.45.
So they can track their progress using this matrix.
Okay.
But from quite rapidly, presidency 16.9 down compared to last time.
Okay.
Then you have military, prison service, some improve here. Then Parliament of Ghana, then traditional leaders, almost 10 local government, almost
above from.
We after almost swear in MMCs.
Okay.
11% religious leaders and another 11%
ministers, government officials.
So next 90 days, we'll see where the score will be. We can compare and track it going forward.
So a table form there, then we can see there is a partner.
Exactly. First reduction and trend. Second one and trend.
Okay.
Third one is a trend.
A trend. Okay. Yes. All right. And the next one.
2 million voters.
Okay. The big question.
Almost say 2 million on my twaba.
Okay.
2 no AMP before. The question is it true? Oman twaba in 2024. Omo tuma nanado.
In 2020
no. Emu 48% MPP for.
Omo 2024 man twaba. But in 2020, almost 2 man and another Kufuado.
It is almost say almost kind 2 million. 2 million for no money.
2 million and a spread or had no. It moved 48%. MPP4.
It moved 19%. NDC4. Almost 2 man in 2020.
I say
27% floating voters at Mutmanado. Our Mama Toba 2020.
Okay.
4. 7% other parties no. Almost to Manado in 2020.
Okay.
Omametu 2024. So Ofia majority 52% for our Oman Trabano. Only MDC floating voters and other parties.
Other parties, okay. Very good.
Yanko.
Now
Oman Trabano. And they be say okay, man too, I say ayan too. Nti enne ye ma wakonya abano beto ne sen. Muhammad Baumia, Mahama,
other political parties.
Mahama, it was 66%.
Omo man to about in 2022. No?
Yes.
This time, some comes or come back to a
says boss in the most got to
66%. Some better on John Mahama.
Well, Mahama.
Okay.
Yes. 24 say Baumia, 10% others. Over here, that number no. 48% MPP4. So within Ahano, it includes some of the 48%.
But does Mahama not have an advantage because they see our so?
No, say political just a question to ask.
Okay.
Assume you say, look, say a man for say and they talk about and this lose. And I won't say that.
Yes, Mate.
This is the score.
In the two abanda, John Mahama being 66%.
Yes, even among those who didn't vote.
Interesting. I see. Okay. NPP and NDC leadership race, general voters perspective.
Yes. We any delegates.
Okay.
We a Ghana for Nina. Obia. We a when you will be so. Some say, why not umpese with the MPP in 2028 elections?
Okay.
Yanko.
NPP.
56% say Baumia.
Dr. Baumia. Okay.
23% say Kennedy
Japan.
9% say Nana Yao Edichum.
Okay.
4% say Patrick Boama. 3% say Brian Champo. 5% others. We initial assessment. Second one from April. A better tracking is every 90 days. Near amount for advin. But in between no. We will do delegate polls. I say, Obankasano, Marvin descent. I compare Marvin any amount for Advin. Okay.
My question is that in the last MPP primaries, Canada, Japan, I think, Onya 36%. And the argument to make it is a grassroots person. In Tinzanki, ye BMA, and I say, BMA, and Kobenya more than that. Where any delegates, where Ghana for and how comes I had one
young queen?
That will be explained.
That will be explained.
All right. Okay. And we are
party affiliation MPP for 70 per Baumia, 17 Kennedy, 7% Edichum, 1% Boama.
Okay.
A champion 3, 2 others. Over NDC year, NDC for half Epi Baumia.
Okay.
26 Epi Kennedy. 10% Epe Educhum, 14 Boama, sorry, 4 Boama, 4 Achampo, and 6 others.
Okay.
Uba floating voters are Baumia 46%.
Okay.
Kennedy 28%. Educhum 12%. Boama 5%.
Brian 4.
Others 5.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. So this is the party affiliation. You can in one step.
Okay. You can
one step. Where changes are in the last period.
Okay.
Not Baumia 48%. I feel 5-6.
Okay.
Why improve at 8%?
Why improve it?
Not Kennedy was 25, about 23, drop of 2%.
Okay.
Educhum no 12, about 9. And Brian Champo no 4, about 3. Now Boama ending 0. I feel when you're 4.
Okay.
And others no 9. I feel it's what about 1. The next slide note. Omotuma Baumia in 2024. And now Oman can't the Omotuma, and now Oman Tuaba, the whole Ghana no, at the same threat. Omotuma Baumia, 74% Santo Amanibu.
Okay. In 2024, no. Almost Santo Amanibu.
14 said there be Omo Friho, Omko Kennedy.
Okay.
7% say Educhum.
Okay.
1% Buama, and 3% Brian.
One others.
Uba Oman card the Omutuma Yanwa. Sometimes the Omutuma Mahama. Because number in this void the same thing. 49% say Omba 2 Ama Baumia.
Okay.
38 say Kennedy. 3 Educhum. 2 Patrick Buama. 3 Achampon. And 5 others. Now Uba Oman Tuna a hope and a 7 good. Oman Tuaban. Baumia 36%. Kennedy 31%. Educhum 15%. 7 Buama. 5
Brian.
Brian. And 7 others. Intinu said, "Oh, be a no more."
Omo
way. Omako room. Omu race very close.
Okay. So you get a sense that it influenced the decision by the parties
maybe
almost presidential winning first.
Omu be mo ahia na nkrofo yi akodo so party.
I see. Omo man to ban in the previous election. This time they want to get in.
Say omo delegate at the assembly.
Okay. I see. Interesting. Now let's move on. Yeah, subsequent ones and also.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Omo antu omo ye MPP for nkwan omo de ni.
Okay.
Ba ko na the whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana.
We MPP
for nkwan.
MPP omo tuma Baumia. 76 say Baumia. 14 Kenya Japan. 6 Educhum. 1 Buama.
2
Brian 2. 1% others. Omo disclose no. Omo kanu. Baumia 31. Kennedy 66%.
Interesting. Omo 2024 omo kan.
We almost say omo ye MP before, but omo can't the omo to abano man. Omo no Kennedy 66%. Educhum 2%. 0 for the other candidates and 2 for someone else. Omo ye MP before oban to abano. Omo pai. MP before oban to aba. 41. Okay. 41 Kennedy. Sorry, 40 Kennedy. 10 Educhum. 11 Brian. 1 Buama and 6. Brian. So MPP for one kasana oman to abano. Race no much closer.
Okay. So then I will, based on this, number Busa first question said where wunti ena Kennedy Japan will not secure the flag bearership of the NPP based on the fact they said party no MBM and answer
say woman BM it will be hard for him.
That's so it
very competitive. Yes. Very competitive.
Okay.
Same thing almost say, but as to whether they can succeed is another matter. But the numbers suggest say oman tuabano, ye more disgruntled.
Okay.
Than oman tuaba. And the more disgruntled they are, no. So however.
Okay. I see.
Yes, keep with this work say out of time. Okay, maybe Yanko in this phone.
Okay.
Okay.
And who leads NDC?
Who leads NDC? I'm saying this time the NDC is the better change MPP no. Because big guns only so Papua for the upcoming elections. Because Mahama is going. Obey say obeko. So obeko dia wan be na dia. Nti afi na person be yiye busuapani a obedi ade. Wo share the current race no. Nipa no doso. Ye lesi nipa be bre. Nti where others no omo de nyina kabo man 3%.
Okay.
Ye be ba ho na ehuhwan ne hwan na others no.
Okay.
But in the lead at the moment among Ghanaians and your delegates, among Ghanaians who they perceive say it should lead NDC. Haruna Idrisu 27%.
Okay. When I'm a question answer because there are those who say Mahama is a northern and as free the northern part of the country. And Ghanaians naturally will not want somebody from the north again to continue. And Ombepubia from another region, even from the southern part. So how does it not reflect here? That thinking.
Look, that is the biggest threat to Haruna's chances.
Okay.
In terms of broader appeal, he's popular among the broader appeal. Now, the reason why he's up here because he dominates in the entire northern sector. Ononkwa dominating.
Very popular there.
None of these candidates are really competing in the north. That has put him where he is right now.
Okay.
But the reality is, I don't know whether the party or the Ghanaians would put aside for the first. There's always first time. So this time will not rotate. Normally, maybe a southern sector, southern, not north. Now we are used to, or the NDC used to that. NDC as a party, very broad. It has the southerners there, even the Ewe and the Oti there, and the northern sector as block. So as to whether they say, look, we can, deviate from the norm and go north, it's up to them.
Okay.
But that is the biggest challenge facing Haruna. As to how he can counter that and convince the rest to buy in that one is for him. But the numbers are showing, he's very strong in the north, or the northern sector, and that is putting him where he is right now.
Okay, I see.
Then I said in Kitia, 26%. Or he's part of the Akan, the southern block. Then followed by Atiforsin, another Akan, southern block. Deborah, another Akan, southern block. So you can see, the southern block is divided.
Okay.
Whereas the northern block is united behind
there's one person.
One person.
Okay.
Then you have technically the Voltarians, 8% and 4%. But Osha, these are all southerners.
But Zenata entry will come as a surprise to people.
No, she didn't enter. It didn't.
Okay.
That's why you see, she was there. Tama Jinana the woman.
Okay.
So ena yeyi Jinana sinchen for technical reasons. Na person who say Jinana vote no ebeko oba nchen ba oba nchen na say ebeko different places.
Okay.
Yeah, fair, we have seen what we know. So we are happy say what we understand it better.
Ebeko oba nchen. That's the question.
No, the data is not here, so I can't speak to that fact. But yeyi ni film ni vote ni spread there. Echo
because in April there no woman.
No woman.
Okay.
Now she was leading with 25%. Now Haruna was 21% roughly. And at the first we were 17%.
Yeah.
But Oba next slide.
But what can something about the others, those who are in the others?
We'll come then to next one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, MP before 23% Epe Haruna Idrisu. 31 Epe Asedin Ketia. At the first 20%, Deborah 13%, Ablakwa 5%, Ajima Rollins 5%, others 3%. Uba NDC still close place. Yeah, it reduced 30%. 24 up to 22. Deborah 11, Ablakwa 8%, 3% for Ajima Rollins.
Okay.
Uba floating voters here. It reduced 21.
Okay.
So Harun, Atuforsin and Mosquito are almost tied. Among
when it comes to NDC,
when it comes to floating voters,
okay.
Yes.
I see. But NDC, work for Sedun Ketia and then Haruna Idrisu.
Let's go to the next slide. I think there's more list that we can look at.
Okay.
Okay. Here, in the April poll, no Haruna was 25%. I think.
Okay. 25%. Yeah.
He's gone 27%. Across 2%.
Okay.
Mosquito no was 13%. Got 26. What double his numbers. Atu was 17%, now 22%. Julius Debra now or 8 or 11. The rest of them, a black one or 14, or drop about 8. Zenato no 8, above from to 4, and then others 15, about 3. So you can see say movement now a freak. Others no a black one and Zenato no a move called Mosquito
this side.
Mosquito first, Katu forcing, and then Debra and Haruna.
Okay.
In terms of, but we not 2%, 3. We are 3%.
Yeah, 3%.
Atunya 5%.
5%.
General 13%. And Haruna 2%. So Haruna is the one who didn't go up that much.
I see.
Okay, next one. You can see. Okay, Yanko Enim. Oni hwe. Obia din wa ha. Haruna ewo ha. Asedin ketia atuforcing. Julius Debra Ablakwa, Zenato, Bosuan Pofu, Uzisano, Hanatete, Eriko Poku, Iwadaku, Alex Mold, Omane Boama, Viviquity.
Okay.
So, Omina can nominate 3%.
Interesting. Nti omo ano mu din wo others ni emu no. Fifi kweti omo na bu amale smooth ewuada akon gusitano Ufusampofo hana tete.
Yes. Nti listen no. You mentioned ABC ha. Like ni nyina ye others.
Others no. To mu de ni nyina na 3%.
3%.
I see.
Overall.
I see. Okay.
Now we share omotuma GM in 2024 no. Saying why na motuma?
Okay.
30% GM for tuma Haruna Idrisu.
Omo motuma John Mahama in 2024 elections.
Yes.
And next year 2 won meto Haruna Idrisu. 30% of them.
Yes.
Okay.
22.
I see you get here.
24.
At forcing.
Debra 10%. So in terms of ranking, why Nenya Mahama voter, a lot of them. First, Haruna. Second, at forcing. Third, Asidin Kitia. Fourth, Debra. Then,
so it means Omo Motuma John Mahama, they don't have a problem with another Northerner succeeding John Mahama.
No,
per this.
Out of 100, 30 say Haruna.
Okay.
The remaining 70 no,
Haruna.
Which means majority of the people are not looking for another Northerner.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is that Mahama for Omotuma young people no, around 65%. Okay, all the Haruna 30%. At the vote in 24, way 8, way 3, almost 65% of Mahama voters are voting for young new faces.
Okay.
Only this 10 plus 22, 32, and Etuma older NDC follow. It tells you say a Kamama for Mahama voters and the party no omuni young person.
I see. And I remember saying the last one about what can be that the NDC may want
it's likely to elect
a young person.
Likely the way the numbers are looking but the numbers no the odds favor the younger
the young ones. Okay, I see. Okay, into next one. No,
yes, next one. Let's see.
Okay,
I'm saying that. Okay, we party affiliation. Demographics. Okay, yeah, share. NPP4 overall, only 30% in here. 44 NDC4.
Okay.
If Emma, almost supported MPP 34%.
34%.
Emma almost for NDC 42%. Over Emma MPP 27%. NDC
46%.
So among Emma and NDC is not dominating.
Okay.
Over almost 8-24. 30% of MPP4, 46 NDC, 39 to 24, 29% MPP, 41 NDC,
35 to 44 years,
32 MPP, 44 NDC, 45 to 54, 27 MPP, 50 NDC. So it's like the older they look, the more NDC they go.
Across the board,
across all age group, MPP is struggling.
That's serious. That's serious.
By education, so. Junior high qualification. MPP for 27%.
Okay.
NDC 53%. Senior high for 34 MPP for.
Okay.
40 NDC. Tertiary. University. 27 MPP. 43 NDC. Omni qualification.
So 29. So a banner even at the tertiary level, NPP in terms of
they have
strength and
yes, it's gone down because in the past, MPP has always dominated among people with tertiary education.
Okay.
Now it is flipped.
I
young
see.
Queen,
Okay.
we employment like young Queen.
Christianity, Islam, traditional, and others. Okay.
Yes, I think we've had enough for.
Okay.
So basically, this is the summary of the outcome of the poll. Maybe couldn't you hear there? Okay. Oh no. Before this, okay. Ahafo region. MPP 26%, NDC 54%. Ashanti region, MPP 55%, NDC 27%. Bono MPP 16%, NDC 42%. Bono East MPP 25, NDC 37. Central region 34, MPP 46, NDC. Eastern 34 MPP. Now NDC is 37 in Eastern region. Greater
Party
Accra.
affiliation.
Greater Accra 26 MPP. 52 NDC. Northeast Square, 37 MPP, 37 NDC. So these floating voters will decide who wins Northeast.
Okay.
Northern region, 34 MPP, 55 NDC. OT, 23 MPP, 40 NDC. Savannah, 13 MPP, 37 NDC. 18 floating voters. We undisclosed. We know my NDC vote.
25%.
Our Savannah, no. Our one Kano. They are NDC people.
Okay.
Upper East, 39 MPP, 42 NDC. Upper West, 24 MPP, 65 NDC. Water, 10 MPP, 52 NDC. They're floating for 27.
Okay.
Western region, 21 MPP, 44 NDC. Western North, Hopena, 42 MPP, 36 NDC. So MPP put a Western North and Ashanti region as, from this survey.
And I think the highest for the NDC is the Upper West region, 65.
65.
I see.
Yes.
So I have two questions for you before we go, because when is the next one coming? Because we will have to do September. Yes, September. Okay. The next question I'm also asking, Blukman North.
Yes.
19 police stations are electoral commissions or around the horn. What is your take?
I think it will be very, very difficult for MPP if that 19 is rerun.
19?
Oh, MPP will lose the seat.
MPP will lose?
Yes.
What about Sanka EC STK to the initial one? Because 3 and on rerun.
I don't know the gap on our before the remaining 3, no?
Okay.
And what number of voters are in the remaining 3. So the gap between MPP and NDC. Now the number of voters are more 3 no. You can still tell, because in the 3 no, those who will come out to vote as much as they can will be NDC for.
Okay.
MPP vote will not be galvanized to come and vote, because
it won't change anything in parliament.
And also the environment, the economic condition doesn't motivate you to go and vote against the ruling party. So the ruling party is not struggling; it's perceived to be doing well.
Okay.
So why would you go and vote against them?
We understand now. Party we understand. So you watch some press conference or constituency or no. If you are to advise them, what?
We don't advise.
But just like you said, 19 police stations, it will be difficult for them to.
Some MPP, I will fight to stop the rerun. That one I will do. Okay. You say the grounds So if I expose myself to a rerun, it's likely that seat will go.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Enunciator Safro, baby teaching. We are hoping, Sir, September, so we also do that same analysis never to me. So, Mussah Dankwah, Executive Director, Global Info Analytics, and he is